That is right, it is finally time to go sailing. I hope I remember how to rig this damn boat. Let's get on the water. So one of the best ways to hammer home new skills for people is actually to make them teach those skills. So you can't do it right away, but when you've got a good grounding, a good sort of understanding of fundamentals, it's a good way to make sure that you understand them by forcing you to explain them to other people. So on my NOLS instructor course, about 3 weeks in, the lead instructor grabbed myself and one other instructor, Sarah, who I actually paddled the inside passage with, and he took us aside and said, both of you are clearly comfortable teaching, and you've done a great job teaching the stuff that you're super familiar with, but in 15 minutes, you're going to teach a class in weather. Here's the material you need to teach. Go. Sarah and I looked at each other and we were like, we don't know anything about weather, but we spent 15 minutes working with him and figuring out what we needed to teach and a good way to teach it. He actually ended up helping us teach it. It was super instrumental in teaching us our ability to teach, and even with a rudimentary understanding of something like weather, which we played in all the time and worked in all the time, then how to put that into words for new people. So a great thing to do as a paddle, I did it as a paddler, I did it as a climber, I'm doing it now as a sailor with my wife and my friend Johnny. It hammers home sort of that rudimentary, that basic skill set. If you can explain it to someone, it reaffirms your knowledge of the subject. So you might be thinking, hey, I do not know enough about this to teach it, but in teaching the parts of it that you understand really well, it sort of gives you a grounding, like, hey, I do actually understand this stuff, enough that I can explain it. Getting buzzed by helicopters. Enough that I can explain it, and it's a confidence boost. It works really well. So do that with people. If there are parts of whatever it is you do in the outdoors that you feel like you've got a fairly good understanding of, teach someone those basics. I did it in climbing because there was no place else for people to learn how to climb. There were no rock gyms when I learned how to climb. And I did it in paddling because people knew that I was already a skilled paddler and wanted to learn. And so that's how I started teaching, was I just started teaching friends. So work on that. While we're getting buzzed by helicopters, I'm going to pull the sails off this boat. So I think what's interesting lately is that my overarching theme for my YouTube channel, because I'm not teaching, seems to have just become building skills, which is what I'm working on is building my skills as a sailor while, I guess, maintaining and tweaking my skills as a paddler. I definitely miss being able to teach on a weekly basis or multiple times a week, but so I think that's interesting. It just sort of occurred to me that that's what's happening, is I'm clearly desperate to teach, and so I'm talking about it and thinking about it a lot. I'll keep building skills, I'll keep making videos so that maybe you can use that to build your skills as well. Okay, that's this week's video. I'll see you outside.